Today was the filing deadline for candidates for the 2024 elections. We have a full picture now of who you will see on your primary ballot in the governor's race. Incumbent Roy Cooper can't run for a consecutive third term, so it's an open seat. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie shows you the politics brewing behind this.
A lot of turnover in the state's top offices means you'll be seeing a lot of new names on the ballot in the 2024 primary. Here's a look at who's running for governor. 3 Republican candidates filed for the governor's race: Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, State Treasurer Dale Folwell, and Salisbury Attorney Bill Graham. Robinson has held a strong lead in the polls ever since he announced he was running. Graham was a pretty late entry in October when many thought Robinson already had the primary sewn up. WRAL State House reporter Travis Fain says Graham was recruited by the party establishment.
I think a lot of establishment Republicans just feel like a Mark Robinson is not electable in the general race, that he's the favorite in the primary. But once it comes November and people see all these commercials with all these things that Mark Robinson has said, that they're going to go to the Democrat.
Robinson has a big campaign war chest. He just had a fundraiser with former President Donald Trump this week. But Graham pledged to spend $5 million of his own money, and Graham's ads are already in heavy rotation.
But one thing to remember about all these polls, when you see Robinson as the front runner, something like 50% of voters in those polls are saying they're undecided in the race. So we'll see what happens when all the advertising hits.
On the Democratic side, 5 candidates registered to run. The 2 best known are Attorney General Josh Stein and retired State Supreme Court Justice Michael Morgan. Stein has been running since January and holds a strong lead in the polls, while Morgan didn't get into the race till September. While many Democratic voters, like Republican voters, are still undecided, Stein has already been endorsed by most party leaders, and that makes it an uphill battle for Morgan.
He's got an extremely compelling story, Morgan does. His life is a really interesting one. He's very highly qualified. But on the other side, Josh Stein, also compelling story. He's highly qualified, and he's got the Democratic establishment behind him.
Laura Leslie, WRAL News, Raleigh.
Now, the Libertarian Party will also have a primary for governor this year. For the first time in decades, Shannon Bray will face off against Mike Ross for that party's nomination. You can find a full list of all the candidates for governor at WRAL.com. Just search NC Capitol.